And of course, I don't think anybody lost any faith in Lonhro after his narrow defeat at the hands of a pretty good horse to fire first up in the Warwick Stakes.
Okay, Ian, thank you. Yes, he was in a spot of bother at about the 600 Lonhro, but Platinum Scissors shifted out on the turn and that let him out. Here's Joe at Randwick.
He was in a race of his own today.
It's good to see him bounce back like that, but really, as John said earlier, there's nothing wrong with his run the other day. Darren learned a little bit from the other day. He still got a little bit more to learn, actually. He just could have sat just a touch longer, but the horse won. It's great to see him win, and we're all really happy he's back on track again. Well, he's never off track, but he's won again. The numbers back on his back again.
It's amazing how hard people can be on a horse when it goes down in defeat narrowly.
It's ruthless, Joe. You wouldn't want him in the trenches with you in a war, I'll tell you. They get off him pretty quick, but he's a nice horse, come along really well, and John's done a top job. He'll have him peaking right at the right time for the race we're setting for.
And now, what's that?
The Cox Plate's the one we've aimed for. That's the race. John will have him absolutely 100% by then.
Thanks for talking to us.
Thanks, Joe.
Lonhro, he's now a firming favourite for the Cox Plate later this spring.
Right, Joe, thanks. And thanks too to Peter Snowden as the winner comes back. Well, Larry, you'd be watching there. Okay, right on start time for the $351,000 Craig Lee Stakes at Group 2 level as we join Greg Miles.
And here's the great Northerly coming up. Greg Childs on board. He was the partner for Northerly in the Australian Cup in his victory about 18 months ago. There's Spirit of Westbury set now. Brew continuing on the comeback trail, moving into line. Northerly is the favourite runner, and for fans of the Great West Australian, again, they'd be, I think, pretty pleased with the price they're being delivered on track by comparison to what he has been over the seasons. And if he can capture something like his best, then the race is probably at his mercy. But it's a matter of whether he's going to be right on his game this afternoon. Some interesting mares at the bottom of the weights will test him for sure. Elegant Fashion, Tully Thunder, and the great Don Eduardo, who's coming in now. Don Eduardo moves up. Tully Thunder getting set. Surprisingly, for the positioning of this race, it hasn't been a great guide to the big ones. Dulcify was the last to win here and win the Cox Plate. Sky Heights did win the Caulfield Cup after winning here, but the last Melbourne Cup winner was Rain Lover to win here and then go on the first Tuesday in November. Northerly, drawn one. The big question will be, what will Childs do? Surely he'll use the inside gate and have Northerly either leading or right there. Now La Zagaletta coming up into the line now. Stephen King on board, trained by Lee Friedman, who's won this race on 3 occasions. Rain Gauge to get set. Helene Vitality has been backed out of line here. Helene Vitality, David Hayes, it's undergoing a vet's inspection at the start. It's the first runner for some 7 years that David has had since he moved to Hong Kong. Interestingly, by Zabeel, which David trained to victory in this race. It was his first group success way back in 1990. But at this stage, Helene Vitality undergoes the inspection of the vet's eye. He obviously played up in the gates. Sub would be 2 Northerly, of course, if he did come out, but Steve Baster now being legged back aboard. The other runners stand in well. And Helene Vitality is now being led back to the gates. Northerly now into 190 and 120. Helene Vitality rejoins them. They're set for the Craigley. Tully Thunder getting a little edgy. So is Silver Baron. Ready. All clear. Racing. Northerly jump well with on the outside of him Brew getting away well, and also Spirit of Westbury. May the Horse Be With You jump fast. Helene Vitality dropped out to be a clear last, and Don Eduardo's well back, and Northerly's going through the first 200 in front. Elegant Fashion strode up and sat outside him. Spirit of Westbury third, and there's Lazagoleta going on. He's caught 3 wide. He might push for the lead. Next in the field is It's Platonic, followed by Tally Thunder Brew, and they were trailed then by May the Horse Be With You, Rain Gauge, and about a length away then Silver Baron getting up on the inside, followed by Maguire. Well back as Don Eduardo, and then came Fire Tane and Helene Vitality inside the 1,000. Northerly led. He's broken the field up because Lazagoleta had gone around to make sure there's pressure on. 2 lengths away then came Elegant Fashion, followed by Spirit of Westbury. It's Platonic fifth on the outside, about 2.5 lengths away Tally Thunder. Brew on the rails, and then May the Horse Be With You, Rain Gauge, Silver Baron, and they're followed by Maguire. Don Eduardo third from last, coming around the home turn, and then Helene Vitality and Fire Tane at the 500 metres now, and Northerly the leader. Child's busy at work on the West Australian hero. He quarters about 3/4 Lazagoleta. Spirit of Westbury, Elegant Fashion, and then came It's Platonic. A fair break then to Tally Thunder. Brew over on the inside, and Don Eduardo still about third last. 300 to go now, and Lazagoleta up level with Northerly. He's got a real fight on his hands here. They're 3 lengths in front of It's Platonic, and then came Elegant Fashion. Northerly's kicking pretty well. Lazagoleta under the whip on the outside. Northerly drew a neck in front. The Fighting Tigers coming clear the last little bit, and Northerly tested but wins. Beats Lazagoleta. Silver Baron got up for third. It's Platonic fourth. Then Rain Gauge, Maguire, Helene Vitality, the eye catcher late. Then came Tally Thunder, followed further back in the field by Elegant Fashion, and It's Platonic, Don Eduardo, Brew, Spirit of Westbury, May the Horse Be With You, Fire Tane. Northerly's back, Greg Childs, Fred Kersley, and the West Australian champ who was tested sorely by Lazagoleta, and the chips were down at the 300. We were going to find out today whether he was back or not, and he really did give everything in the last couple of 100 metres, just when it looked like he was in some trouble about the 200.
Yes, the old grey did give him a scare, but Northerly's giant fighting heart prevailed. Andrew, who have you got?
Yes, here we are. We've got Fred Kersley. We've got wife Judith under the umbrella with a bit of rain. Gee, that was pretty good today.
Yeah, very gutsy win, and certainly had some concerns 200 out. Zagoleta was doing very well, drew to him, maybe even headed him. But to fight back the way he did, and without being smart, I think there's a little bit of improvement left, and that was fantastic.
He improved, you could see noticeably. Could you see it? I mean, you spoke to a few people in the mounting yard between last week and this week, just in his fitness level.
I think the run last week did him good. He's kept his record of backing up. He does that very, very well. I think he tightened up a little bit, and the strength of the horse is his fighting qualities.
Okay. Strong today. Where's next? Where would you like to go next?
Obviously watch and see how he pulls up. Think about the Underwood, take a similar path to last year from here. Obviously won't go back next week.
I guess it'll be pretty satisfying there. I can see Judith giving you a bit of a tug on the shoulder. I think probably the bit of pressure from last week has built up.
Yeah, I'm still wondering about the blinkers.
You did it without blinkers.
No blinkers. Well done to you, Judith.
Thank you.
Well, there you go. There's the Kersleys. Appreciate the umbrella to use. What a win, John. Gone probably at the 200. It looked like Freedman's horse, Lazagoleta, was going to be strong, but champions, haven't they got big hearts?
He's got one as big as himself, Andrew. That familiar style with his head high, ears back, and resentful of the presence of the horse on his outside, and he really hit the line today. Very pleasing for all concerned. And what about this jockey? He jumps from Northerly to Sunline, Sunline to Northerly. 2 Rolls-Royce models. Lazagoleta. I've run out of superlatives. He's just been a remarkable old horse for his connections. 49 starts, 10 wins and 16 placings. Second in 2 consecutive Group 2 weight for age races now. He ran second to Sports in the Liston and second again today in the Craigley. Here's Northerly coming back in. OK, we turn our attention now to the race in Morfettville, where Get Up is Not surprisingly odds on. Kurt Ray second picks up, won a race by 8 lengths at Cheltenham after coming from barrier 15 with Holly McKechnie on board.
When my alarm went off this morning, I had trouble getting up, but I reckon you'd have no trouble getting out of bed to ride this horse.
No, it's pretty easy to wake up every morning, ride this one. He's a lovely horse, does everything right. He's just a good horse.
He's taken time to reach the track. He's only had the 6 starts for the 4 wins. Is he a little bit green?
The first 3 starts I rode him, he was unbelievably green. He ran all over the joint, and he still does now. He's just a big lanky horse, just took his time to find himself, that's all.
You drew 16 of 16 at Cheltenham. You won by 8 lengths in a time about a second outside the record. What happens when you let him go, Holly? Do you know what happens, Holly?
I don't know what happens, not yet.
And then drop back to a miles, no worries?
No, I don't think it's a worry, but the longer he goes, the better he'll get.
You'll probably roll forward again?
So, I'll try to, yeah. Yep.
All right, you're keeping a little bit up your sleeve. You're learning well from your master, Darryl Dodson, who also trains Marin Cheval. Gave you a double on the program at Cheltenham, and nice to be rewarded with a ride again in a non-claiming race, Holly.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it when they gave it to me. I really had no idea that they would, but it was good that they did. He's a nice horse. He'll be forward, and hopefully he gets the run of the race, and yeah.
Are you enjoying life at Tilapia Downs?
It's quiet, but it's good.
Not much nightlife?
No, not at all. Weight's getting good.
Plenty of hard work, and things are going well, so good luck today.
Thanks very much.
Right, Hilt, thank you, and good luck to Holly McKechnie. Get up at 150. Century Hawk is the second favourite race, and we're getting close to a start, 4 minutes away. Now, correct weight on the Craig Lee Stakes. Northerly, $2 and $1.30. La Zagoletta, $2.70. Silver Baron, $13 place tote, and what a good run by the Baron. Quinella, $11.70. Exacta, $16.60, and the trifecta, $483. Well, Ken Callaghan is a trainer who's had a lot of luck when he comes to town from his country base at Goulburn. He has the Diva in the race coming up and speaks with Joe about her prospects.
Ken, your mare's a bit underrated for this race.
Yeah, I reckon she is, although the price is not as good as last week, but the run at Warwick Farm was a real good run. She kept getting home the line real hard, and I reckon today she got a bit of chance today.
Now, she was beaten narrowly by Desert Brigadier that day. He's pretty well fancied here today, and your mare meets him much better at the weights.
Meets him better weight, and he's got a apprentice on today too. So I think I should be able to beat him today, I hope.
There's a big rap on the Gay Waterhouse trained Red Trinket here. Do you think your mare can beat it?
Yeah, I think so. I hope so anyway, Joe. Yeah. She's improved a couple of lengths, I reckon, on the last run, and she's been looking for a bit more ground. I reckon she'll just keep plucking away.
Stable's been flying.
Yeah, we had a good week. Had 3 winners for the week and a third, and having a good run at the moment.
Nice to top it off with a win in town today on such a big afternoon.
Would love to win a race here again. It's been a while.
Has it? How long do you reckon it'll be?
I haven't had much in town. Probably, Trico would have been the last. Probably 6 months, probably.
Well, may you break through today.
Break through today. Thanks, Joe.
Kenny Callaghan, popular trainer from Goulburn. He's got the Diva lining up in the next tier. A good each-way hope.
Great, Joe. Thanks. Red Trinket, ruling favourite here. 240. Desert Brigadier second pick at 880 as we head off to this break on Sky Racing.
Do you have your hair colour treated? Seedle have a wonderful breakthrough for you. Apply new Seedle colour infusing shampoo in between colour treatments. It will add extra colour to your hair, boosting its colour level. Then apply new Seedle colour infusing conditioner and give your hair a magical shine. Use once or twice weekly in between colour treatments. Indulge yourself with Seedle colour infusing shampoo and conditioner. You will be excited with the results.
Join the winning way. Graham Rogerson trained Savannah Successor, multiple Group 1 winner of 8 races, and wants you to experience the same thrills and excitement of racing. We invite you to own a 2-year-old filly by Savannah Successor's sire from the stakes performer Patu. She won 8 races and has a pedigree chock full of black type, including Group 1 winner Circles of Gold. Only 10 shares are available at $6,950 a share. This awesome 2-year-old filly is big, strong and in full work. For info, visit the website at garogerson.com or call now 1800 61 9999.
Well, this horse has come a long way. Red Trinket, he won his maiden as recently, actually it was this time last year when he won his maiden. Must have gone amiss because he was out for a long, long time. He was off the track for about 9 months, in fact. I think we might have Ian Craig standing by now with his call of this 6th race at Randwick with Red Trinket all the rage. Here's Ian.
Righto, John, thanking you. In they come for race 6. And number 6, and Red Trinket is all the rage, 2:30, 150, just a little better on track at the moment, but nothing seriously back to beat it. Little money around for Chrysler's Jewel, number 10. Right, so it's 2:30, 150 for number 6 here, Red Trinket without the blinkers today, and a little money for the Coffs Harbour Gelding, Chrysler's Jewel, just specced in the ring and on the tote as well, 8.10 and 2.20 as they move forward. Lonro scored a brilliant win in the Chelmsford. Number 6, Darren Beedman. Beat 9 Platinum Scissors, 7 Republic Lass and 1/4 Shogun Lodge. Now in the club transitional handicap here at headquarters, time off, a late scratching from a recent program at Warwick Farm 2 weeks ago when he shifted a plate and actually a nail went through his hoof. Up comes Star of the Seas. Kenny Callaghan's representative, the Diva, is moving forward, and Midnight Carols will see the line complete. Crowd pretty good here today, magnificent weather. The crowd certainly increased dramatically after the first race. Now, Midnight Carols walks in and we're A-OK for action. Started down at the stand. Red Trinket the favourite, the inside runner. They're off this time. Red Trinket jumped nicely from the inside and is a narrow leader from Musical Beat, Desert Brigadier, and going forward Master Pom with time off, and the Diva trying to offset a very wide drawer. And then Scale the Heights, followed by the Coffs Harbour Gelding, Chrysler's Jewel. About 3 or 4 lengths to Midnight Carols, 1 Star of the Seas. Master Pom to the lead now. And entering the back, going down to the 1400, Master Pom shows the way. There are a few chasers. Scale the Heights has run to second. Time off out on a limb third. Red Trinket, a Cozy Posse, 4th inside Musical Beat and Desert Brigadier. Then the Diva followed another length and a half away by Chrysler's Jewel. And a good margin off to the last couple of horses as they work to the far corner, Midnight Carols, and just shading her on its inside, Star of the Seas. Out of the back straight now and heading down towards the 950, and time off is having a shot at Master Pom. So this won't suit Master Pom. He likes to bowl along at his leisure. So time off and Master Pom a length and a half clear. Scalar Heights wide. Musical Beat is in the centre, and Red Trinket the warm favourite with a nice run over on the rails. And then the Diva, Desert Brigadier, it's inside from Chrysler's Jewel, 2.5 Star of the Seas and a length to Midnight Carols. To the 600 they go, and Master Pom and neck on time off a length the Scalar Heights. Red Trinket waiting for the out, followed by Musical Beat, Chrysler's Jewel, the Diva. Desert Brigadier is locked away. Star of the Seas next to last at Absolute as they swing around the home corner. Midnight Carols setting sail for the wire now, and he can't get clear on Red Trinket and Chrysler's Jewel. The Coffs Harbour train gelding sprinted clear. The run finally comes for Red Trinket. Will it be too late? Time off second, followed by the Diva, but Chrysler's Jewel's got a big break. Midnight Carols, Red Trinket is making ground along the rails, all too late, and Chrysler's Jewel lands some nice bets. Chrysler's Jewel beat Red Trinket and the Diva, followed by Midnight Carols, time off Star of the Seas, Desert Brigadier, Scale the Heights, Master Pom, and Musical Beat was last to complete the course. Number 10, Chrysler's Jewel, Glenn Boss for Brett Dodson at Coffs Harbour. It has paid $7.50 and $2.10. Second goes to number 6. And Red Trinket, the horse in question, got held up at a vital stage, 140. And number 7 will be third, the Diva, James Innes. And the total will be $2.80. Those numbers to be semaphore officially in just a few moments. He landed some nice bets at longer odds, this fella. He's by Chrysler from Imperial Jewel. He'd run third at Eagle Farm recently behind Sadie Boy, and that followed a good run at Coffs Harbour. And they were his 2 runs back from a spell, so he was right on target for a good run here today, and he hasn't let his supporters down. 10.
And a very significant win for Glenn Boss, who's been back only a week or so after that nasty fall in Macau. That'll be just exactly what the doctor ordered for Glenn and his confidence. Chrysler's Jewel, 750 and 210. Red Trinket 140, badly held up for a run. The Diva third 280, Quinella 870, Exacta 2130, Trifecta 263. Seven, the Let's Elope Mares Stakes, 4-year-olds and up, and a bonny field it is. Here's Greg.
Righto, John. Now Purple Groove with the blinkers back on today, coming up into line. Ugachaka holds favouritism. There's certainly sting out of the ground today. The times are telling us that. The fact that Lazagoleta was able to race so well is telling us that too, and it'll probably suit Ugachaka. Pfizer's well on the market, been well tried, second pick. Ugachaka is the favourite, Pfizer second elect, and there's been money Miss Lala too. There's Past the Skies now going up into line. Miss Lala about to come up. Ina's Treasure, here's Balonic moving up into line. Big odds for her at this distance. Rose Archway continues her comeback. She's locked in now. Miss Lala, Ina's Treasure, in terrific form at the moment. Up she goes, and we need about 5 to come along. Super win by Northerly, I thought. Chips were down there at the 300, and he showed all his great reserves of courage, and he's certainly going to be improved by what he did, I'm sure. But a little bit of history of his to win another Cox Plate. Dulcifer was the last to win the Craigley and then go on, so a touch of history for Northerly to climb. Now this is Sophisticat, riderless. Stephen Baster lending a hand there. Ugachaka's got in, and now Sophisticat comes up into the line. Crimson Gem to move in, and Rory's Jane, and we'll have them right to go. They've got the outside 2 barriers. It showers off and on through the day, but they've cleared for the time being. And track probably racing a touch worse than the official good. Now Crimson Gem goes up. Rory's Jane, the last to get set. 350 now for Ugachaka. Rory's Jane takes the outside gate, and they're set for the Let's Elope. Starter about to hit the button. Racing now, Tickle My began reasonably. Rory's Jane out the back with Chestnut Dream. Ina's Treasure began fast. Past the Skies and Miss Lala drive forward looking for the lead in the early stages. Settling fully now, Past the Skies the inside and Miss Lala. Sophisticat 3 deep. About a length and a half to Ina's Treasure up fourth, and then Calming Lilo Lil. They're followed then by Crimson Gem about 4 wide going forward, a length and a half to Pfizer, and then came Ugachaka wide around Purple Groove and Tickle My. A length Balonic, a length and a half Rose Archway, Chestnut Dream, and then Dream a Lot, and 4 lengths to Rory's Jane. Past the Skies at the 800 led, Sophisticat second, and Crimson Gem deeper out third. Coming right behind them, a beautiful trailer to the race. Fourth on the inside of Miss Lala, and they were followed by Lilo Lil out wide, a length and a half Ina's Treasure. Pfizer tucked away on the inside, and Ugachaka wide, but with cover cornering, and then Purple Groove, Chestnut Dream, Tickle My buried away on the inside. Into the straight they race now past the 500, and here's Sophisticat out after the lead of Past the Skies. Then Calming waiting for a run. It's about to appear on the rails. Crimson Gem comes with a run down the outside. Pfizer trying to work clear. There's not a lot of room there. She's trying to push Miss Lala out of the way. Past the 200 now. Calming got up on the inside. Crimson Gem after her. Miss Lala. Here's Purple Groove. Purple Groove is swamping them on the outside. She swept up, grabbed the lead, and Purple Groove beats Tickle My, who got up for second. Crimson Gem held third. Then Ugachaka, followed by Ina's Treasure, Pfizer, and next to finish Miss Lala, and then came Balonic, Rose Archway, and then Calming Lilo Lil and Dream a Lot. Back behind those Past the Skies, Sophisticat, and towards the tail of the field there was Chestnut Dream and Rory's Jane. Purple Groove, Nash Rawilla has taken out the prize, coming with a brilliant finishing run. Blinkers back on this mare today, and she swept down the outside with a blistering finishing burst. Number 10, Purple Groove, Nash Rawilla, and Tony Noonan first. Number 2, Tickle My, Stephen King, Bruce Purcell second. And number 8 has got third, Crimson Gem, Greg Childs and Ron Stageman. Caught 3 wide from the outside barrier. 10-2 and 8. Fourth in Ugachaka. And the official fifth went to Ina's Treasure. Purple Groove taking the prize there. Again, another one that appreciated a little bit of softness in the ground, no doubt. And what a finishing run from her. She just had to wait for the gap to appear. And in fact, she got disappointed for a run having a look at the head on and then had to ease over the heels of Ugachaka. She's come from behind the favourite. And once in a clear galloping room, whooshka down the outside she went. So the brothers Rawilla are amongst the winners here this afternoon. Brad scoring in the first event and Nash with Purple Groove. A $40,000 buy at the New Zealand Premier Sales and enhancing her very good record here at Flemington. 4 starts she's had for 3 wins and a second. The almost perfect record at the track. The only time she was beaten was by La Zoffany back here in July. So there we have it, 10-2 and 8. 10-2 and 8. And the quaddy numbers so far, 9, 2 and 10. Good luck if you've made it so far. The Maker's Mark Diamond Quality, the old Bobby Lewis, a Group 3 sprint, the 1200 metres, is the next on the card. Race 8 at 4:40.
Crud, Greg, thanks. Gee, you don't wind pool on the tramway, 448,000 plus. And they're about to be called up. But we've got oodles of time in which to clear a commitment or two on Sky Racing.
First customer was Megan. She came in for a hamburger with a lot.
Well, Gordo put up a terrific performance to score at Rose Hill a fortnight back. In fact, 3 weeks ago since he raced. Hit the line hard that day at 1,300 metres, and the slightly longer trip today should suit admirably. Swiss Echo 590, Shot of Thunder at 670. Interesting race. Hosanna's there. Miss Bustle, she's a very good mare. As Steve Brem said earlier today, she's now giving the impression she's needing it a little bit further. Crawl is the winner of a Group 1 Stradbroke handicap, and Universal Prince is the winner of almost $3 million in stakes. He hasn't appeared since falling in that sensational cup race in Singapore on the 11th of May. Here is Ian Craig with his call of the Tattersalls Tramway Handicap.
Right, John joins us. So Gordo favourite on track in front of Swiss Echo, Shot of Thunder and Hosanna. Now the last few horses being locked away. Previous race going to Chrysler's Jewel. Number 10, ridden by Glenn Boss, beat 6 Red Trinket, 7 The Diva and Midnight Carols ran 4th. Other winners today have been Lonro, Victory Vane, Bellow Senor, Snowland and Half Hennessy. Now Cheverny is still down the track at the moment. Gordo has drawn perfectly here. Now Forest Jim is minus the rider. Forest Jim and the other one out of line is Cheverny. Interesting to see the pace here. Swiss Echo normally goes forward. Jim Cassidy in gate 10 on Swiss Echo, so I suppose it's obvious that he's going to... oh, I see, there was a... what happened here? Freemason's just arrived at the barrier, or did he break through? I'm just... when I went over to have a look at what was going on elsewhere in the ring,